Why is he sitting outside? Robert, were you sitting outside? Oh my God.
No, so this is really good. Okay, college tour, that's the biggest ticket item I'm seeing. That's for the bus? Is that? Okay.
Because we're taking the bus from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and their meter starts when the bus leaves.
Right.
Their
I thought you guys are going to ride your bikes.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's downhill. You could take Amtrak. Government would appreciate you. So, are we only going to UCSD?
Yes.
We're not doing USD, okay.
Yeah.
Just the training thing.
Because the trip to UCSD is around like an hour, 45 minutes, so we want to give the associates a lot.
On USC Beach. I missed one, I saw USC Beach.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can go have fun.
So my question is, as you look at all of these activities, how do they correspond to the 4 goals that you initially presented, or the 5 goals that you initially presented? And do you feel like it's a pretty even distribution against those 5 goals, or do you think there might be more emphasis on one goal than another? And is that a problem at all?
I think we started out pretty evenly, like for professionalism. Well, like all of the events covers all of the goals at some point. Like for professionalism, you are networking with other people. You're developing the confidence to work with professionals. You're developing your professionalism. So it's like, I think all the events cover all the goals, but I think we put our emphasis. Actually, we don't emphasize. I think we cover all of them even.
Yeah, so here, I guess the follow-up question is, I mean, if there's a way to do that, or to begin to kind of identify which goals correspond, or which activities correspond to which goals, you know, at the end of the year, you can kind of look back on that and say, hey, if we want to do this better next year, how do we want to distribute not only the activities, but the corresponding dollar amounts and resources?
Well, we have public speaking event, which works on confidence. For example, our mentor rotation and our intro to majors works with, it helps the associates build their networking skills. Initiative, we encourage the associates to find initiatives to perform their community service events. And corporate board involvement is info night and community service project number 2.
So like for college tours, since that's $700 right there, which goal does that really hit?
It has, I think it's confidence and initiative, because we're showing the associates this is what a college is like. And here are the admissions counselors, and this is what they expect and this is what they want. So associates would therefore have the confidence that they know what to expect and the initiative to apply for that university.
And what we also try to do is kind of make each event follow one another. So intro to majors, you learn about the majors in college. After that, you go visit a college, and then after that, you get to perform a community service project, which kind of is different from colleges, but it shows you how you can take the initiative to make something happen in the community. Because what I learned from going to high school for like 3 years, is that everyone tells me that the admissions office, the admissions committee always looks for people who have initiative, people who take initiative to be someone different, to make a difference in their community. And from these events, we're hoping that they will learn that initiative really is important, that their teachers aren't just like feeding them like random things, but they actually mean it when they say that they should take initiative to make something of themselves.
Just make sure it's spelled out somewhere. So,
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that community service project. The other thing I might frame that somebody to think about is that the community service project is the skills application piece. Okay? So you have these goals that you're going to build their confidence, you're going to build their initiative, you're going to build their networking, their speaking abilities. Then the test, if you will, or the application piece is the community service project. That's their opportunity then to take those skills and apply them on a project.
So I think to their point, it's a good learning for next year, and I don't know if any of you were on the board, but one year the youth board, just as an example, they even did a pie chart. So they took all their events and they made the pie based on 5 categories. So 25% of our events hit on self-confidence, 15%, and they drew it out in a pie chart. And so to Victor's point, I think you have everything baked in there, like Cece was saying, but to be able to just label it is really awesome for recruitment, because if I'm a student and I know I need to work on public speaking, I can say, hey, wow, there's like 4 public speaking events, or roughly this percent is public speaking. And then also for kind of self-evaluation at the end of the year. Because to the point, college majors is a huge event. It's a huge thing dollar-wise, so that should be the most 1-to-1 ratio with one of the goals, right? And I think we can see it's there, but it's a little hard to say which bucket it falls in, which doesn't mean we don't do it, but we may want to add a bucket. Maybe college preparation is one of the 5 things YLA helps you do. And so I think just to think in that framework as we go throughout the year, and really more for next year as we're learning as an organization is huge. Because it really, I think, ultimately should be where we can say X event is really focused on this. Although it has all the aspects, because it's a YLA event, its goal is to boost self-confidence, or its goal is to boost initiative.
It also helps us in our fundraising.
Right.
Because if we say to donors, here's what YLA does, and you show the goals, and then we say, well, here's all the activities we do, and then if a donor asks the question Victor just asked, well, how do your activities meet your learning goals? And we say, that's not a good answer. So I actually think it would be a good exercise for you guys to, at some point in your meeting, just take your list of goals and take your list of activities and map them together. And one activity might be, it sounds like to me it'll be in more than one learning goal category, and that's okay, but even a document like that, for you to give that to us, would be really helpful for us.
I think Victor brought up a really good point. And one thing I do want to point out is earlier when in the earlier stages of their planning, they did sit down and when the advisors asked them to make sure that they balance out all their events, make sure it hits different aspects. They did do a division of all the events, but it was divided more of career, community, professional, and education. So it was a different division, a different way of looking at it. But definitely, I think looking at it from the division of where it hits their goals is like a really good way of doing it too. They just took it from a different a different avenue, I guess.
So let's make that a follow-up item for Julie and the board. Can you guys get to me and the officers? We'll give it to the corporate board. Just kind of that mapping it, and then also, if you want, we'll give you the opportunity to do another revision of the budget, which probably means just give yourself, good job. I mean, I think you guys should be complimented on having such a tight budget in the good sense. But I think to do yourself a little credit is give yourself a little margin, to Candy's point, so you can come in lower into the best case scenario. And also, we are raising the price this year. And one reason we're raising the price is we want to reinvest in the program. So don't be afraid. I mean, we don't want to spend money wastefully, but we do want to make the product more valuable every year. And that's one reason we raise the price. So if you say, hey, we could have spent $100 and it would have been really cool, go for the really cool. And then if James says that's too really cool, we can scale it back. But you get what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys being frugal, but I also think in terms of there's no budget. What's your dream program? What do you really want? And work backwards from that point. Did you have any more comments on budget?
I mean, yeah, just like what Alexi said, don't compromise the quality of the program to save a couple of dollars. Let's say like your portfolio, as you guys were saying, prices range from $4 to $40. I mean, pick something that you guys feel like the students will be proud of to hold. Just don't pick the cheapest thing. So, for portfolios, you want to double or triple that estimate. Same goes for all the other events. Go through them with a fine comb and figure out what can really boost the program if you add a few more dollars to it.